Hello, can you hear me? So if you can hear me, please, you can just type anything in the comments to know that if you can hear me or not. So Mr. Ahmed Benali, you can hear me? So please, if you can hear me, you can just type anything in the comments. Thank you. So Ms. Dina, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Sayyid Ahmed.
I'm back. Ms. Marie? Still have Ms. Marie and Ms. Hussein and Noor. Okay. Okay. In our class today, as we said, we are going to talk about the future jobs. And I think that this class will be very helpful for those who just finished the senior stage at ثانوية عامة in Egypt. I think that this class will be very helpful for them. And also for the elder people, they're gonna learn more about the future jobs and the jobs that will disappear soon or the jobs that are going to thrive soon, okay? And that will be the main topic of today, as we said before. We are going to talk about the jobs that we're gonna have them in the future or we're gonna miss them in the future. Okay. So you can see the slides. Ms. Dina, Mr. Hussein, and Mr. Nasser, I think, Ms. Marie. So you can see the slide or not? You can see the slide for the PowerPoint presentation. You can see it or not? So you just open your mics so that or unmute your mics. So you can see the slides or not? Hello. So if you please, you can see, if you can see the slides, you can just say that I can see it. Can you see the slides? Can you see the slides? Yes or no? Ms. Dina, you can see the slides?
Yes, I talk about future job.
Yes, okay. Ms. Mariam, you can see the slides?
Okay.
Miss Mariam, you can see the slides. Miss Mariam, you can see the slides or not? Okay, so we are going to start. Maybe there's something wrong. Okay, if you are following us on the Facebook, you can share us what we're doing here by typing some comments, okay, on the live video, and we can see it. You can share with us by using the links or the live video on the Facebook. Okay. So first of all, as we said, we're going to talk about the idea of jobs, especially the jobs of the future, as we said, and of course that will be something that all the people are caring about it nowadays. The idea of the future jobs. So before we start, we should know that in the near future, there will be some jobs that we are going to miss or we are going to lose them soon. And there will be other jobs that are going to replace them in the near future. They say that there's like a plan for having this one. There is a plan for having this one after 10 years from now. But the idea of the coronavirus, it makes the things that were so far or that we are going to apply after 10 years from now, it became applicable, and we already have them in our life, and we began to use them during the time of coronavirus. Okay, so in the first part of the class, they're going to talk about the top jobs that you're gonna miss in the near future, or they are going to disappear in the near future. We will not have them, or we will not be able to see them in the near future. So before we start, Miss Dina or Miss Mariam or Miss Sarah, do you know any of the jobs that maybe we can find them disappearing soon? And also, if you're following us on the Facebook, can you tell us if you find any of the jobs that will disappear soon, will not have them soon in our life? What do you think?
I can't find any job. I think that all the jobs will be.
They will be there, they will not disappear.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Dina, what do you think? There will be jobs that will disappear, we will not be able to find them soon, or it's okay, and as Mariam said here, all the jobs will be available in the near future.
في job disappear and
disappear.
Yes, and jobs say taxi driver.
Okay, nice one. So the drivers maybe one of the jobs that we're gonna miss.
Oh, available instead Uber and Kareem.
Nice one. Yes. So we are going to lose Uber and Kareem soon, and also the drivers, because we maybe there will be some kind of cars that will not need a driver, right?
And more secure. More secure. More secure, يعني Uber Kareem more secure.
Yes, than the normal taxis. So you mean here the taxi drivers we used to have? Yes, we used to have the taxi drivers before, let's say 10 years ago, and now we began to replace them by Uber and Kareem because they are more safe or more secure, and we trust them more, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's something nice. Okay, so what about other jobs that we may find them in the near future, not found, or we may lose them in the near future? Mr. Abdurrahman, do you think that we have some jobs in the near future that will not find them, or we know that they will disappear soon? Do you have some jobs like that or not? Mr. Abdulrahman? Do you think that there will be some jobs that we gonna miss them in the near future or not? Okay, let's see the jobs that we gonna have them like they will disappear in the near future. Okay, here we have a list of about 15 jobs that we gonna miss them in the near future. They will disappear in the near future. You will not see them in the near future. Why? Because they will be replaced by other things. They will be replaced by other things. At the top of the list, we have the idea of the drivers. As Ms. Dina said here, she said that the drivers already of the taxi drivers, they were replaced by those who are driving Uber and Careem. That's a change. We will have a big change soon, and it began to work in some countries. They call it the driveless cars, or they call it the automatic driving, like the cars are driven by a system, so they do not need a driver. So they are using the GPS to move between the different places. You just give them the location, and then you just relax in the car, and the car will be moving automatically to the place that you need it. So here, the idea of having the drivers soon, it will soon disappear because there will be no need for this one, since the car will have its own system, and they are going to have like some sensors in the cars, and they are going to have more options in the car that will make it move without the need of any kind of driver. So the first job that may disappear soon is the idea of the drivers. Why? Because they will be replaced by the driveless cars, and this kind of cars, it can make the people move freely between different places. Okay. The second job that the people will find that it will disappear soon, the idea of farmers. In the past, we need lots of farmers to work in the field or to work in the land. And let's say by the use of the automatic machines and machines in the fields, the number of the workers or the number of the farmers began to be less. They plan to have all the land be working or be handled by the machines. So they need like 2 or 3 big machines in the whole field, and this one can control the whole life in the field. So there will be no need for farmers soon. Why? Because also they are replaced by technology. As you see here in this picture, it shows you something very important. You can see the robots and you can see human beings. Who's taking the first place? Who's leading here? The robot or the human being? Who is at the top or at the front of the line here or the queue here? Is it the human being or the robot? In this picture, who's controlling, who's moving, who's leading? The robot or the human beings? Okay, if you are following us on the Facebook again, you can share us with the idea of comments. You can participate in the live video with the idea of comments. And if you are following us on the Zoom here, you can just open your mics and talk. You can just open your mics and talk. So who is going to lead here, the machines or the human beings? What do you think? Who's controlling the machine or the human beings? Okay. From the picture, it's very clear that the one who's going to lead, the one who's going to manage the whole thing will be the robots in the near future. Okay, and that shows you something very important, that uh, the control in the future will not be that much for the human beings, it will be more for the robots. Number four, or number three, the idea of printers and publishers. The idea of printers and publishers. Those who are printing books, if you're a lover of books, you will find that sooner or later you will not have them anymore. And most of them now began to work online. Most of them now began to work online. So if you are used to read books, you can find now the books online like PDF. If you are used to read the newspaper and so on, you can find it also on applications on your phone. So you don't need to go to any place to buy the newspaper to know what happened in any place. You can just download an application. You can follow one of the pages on the Facebook. You can follow one of the YouTube channels, and you will find all the news that you needed. Why? Because here the printers and publishers, they are spending lots of money, and at the end they get nothing. At the end they get nothing. So the idea of printing the books or printing the newspapers and so on, it began to be less than before. Why? Because they find that they are losing lots of money. So if they're gonna lose lots of money, what they can do here, they can, let's say, use the applications, the online applications or the websites to, let's say, to read or to follow the news that they needed. Job number four that we're gonna lose it soon, the idea of the cashiers. The idea of the cashiers. Of course, if you go to any market and you want to pay for the food that you get it or anything that you get it, so you go to the cashier and you try to get or to pay him the money. Okay. The idea of the cashier will disappear soon. The idea of the cashier will disappear soon. How? They have now some machines in some markets. You just have like the barcode of the product that you get, and you have your mobile application, and you have like your credit card in this mobile application. So once you are going to give them the product barcode, they are going to put it on the application. After you finish, you say that I bought number 1, 2, 3, and so on, and they are going to cancel this one from your credit card, or they're going to take the money from your credit card. In this way, no need for the cashiers. In this way, there will be no need for the cashiers. Job number 5 that we're gonna also have it in the future, it will disappear, the travel agents. The travel agents. If you need to go to any country in the past, you go to the travel agent and in an office, and you say, I need to travel to Spain, I need to travel to England, I need to travel to the USA. And then he will book the ticket for you. He is going to get everything for you. But now everything can be done online, especially at the time of coronavirus. And you know that it's not that easy to go to any place. So the travel agents, the job of the travel agent, it's going to disappear soon with the idea of online application. Why? Because they can do you can do everything online. You can book the hotel online. You can choose how many nights are you going to spend in this place, and the budget that suits you. You are going to choose it also in the application. You are going to do everything in the application, and that's it. Okay, so the travel agents also is one of the jobs that will disappear soon. The travel agents is one of the jobs that will disappear soon. The next one, manufacturing workers. We are talking here about the people who are working and building things and making things like that, okay, or they are making some kind of products. As we said, if I have robots, and if I have machines, the number of workers will be less. The number of workers will be less. If I have a factory that has 100 workers, step by step, when I replace them with machines, what will happen? The number of the workers will be less. If you're making a product or trying to have something new in this company or in this factory, they will say, thank you, we'll not need you. Why? Because here the people or the number of the people will be less because they are replaced by machines. They are replaced by robots and so on. The next job, dispatchers or operators. In some places, you have someone who can he had a panel or he can connect the people together with the idea of the telephone. So I need to call Mr. Abdurrahman. So he's going to let me go and call Mr. Abdurrahman. I'm going to call Miss Dina. He will let me call Miss Dina. He's going to let me call Mariam. This was a job that we have it in the past, but nowadays also with the idea of the system that they have it, the new system that they have it. So everything is managed by the machine or by the program. So no need here also for the human beings. So if I have 10 workers and they are working like in 3 shifts, I don't need except for 3. So if there's any kind of error, they are going to fix it and that's it. What about the others? No one will be caring at this time. No one will be caring at this time. Job number 8, the waiting tables and the bartending. So if you have someone who is booking like a place in a restaurant, booking a table at a restaurant, okay, this one also the job will disappear because you can book the table now online. You can book it online using the the applications and so on. So no need to go to the place and to book the table. No, you will go into the application of the place. You will find that there's like 5 places free. So you can choose the 2 places that you needed and that's it. So they will be waiting for you when you go there. You don't need to call them. You don't need to go and book it before. No, you just use it by the application. Everything here will be managed by applications. The idea of the bank tellers. Nowadays in the ATM machines that we have it in all the places, you have now the ability to put your money inside the machine. The machine is going to count the amount of money that you're going to put it there. They will give you like a note, or they're going to give you something that will show you the amount of money that you put it there. Okay. If you're going to take money, also you're going to have a note at the end that you took this amount of money and that's it. So I will not need here the human beings. So we began to have some banks in Egypt applying like automatic banking or the e-bank. So you can have online application for your bank. You can go there. You can visit the website. You can have the application on your phone. You know the amount of money that you have it. If someone takes some money from your account or you give someone any kind of money, you can send someone money in an easy way, and that will be like something awesome in the future. Okay. Military pilots or soldiers. Many countries now, they are using pilots or they are using planes that they have no pilots. The same idea of the cars and the drivers. No need now for the pilots in some places. They are replacing them also by the driveless planes, so that they can drive the planes and they can move there and no one can stop them. Why? Because it's managed by a system. Okay. Number 11, the fast food workers. In some places, of course, you know that you have a place for fast food restaurants like McDonald's, like KFC, and so on. The workers in this place, if the food is ready, nowadays you will see also some new ways of presenting the food by some kind of flying objects or flying machines or drones inside the place. They will put in them the order and you will have the order at your table, and no need for the fast food workers at any place, at the restaurant, or also to deliver the things for you. Everything can be done also automatically, which means if you are not ready for the future, you will miss a lot. The telemarketer. So if I have someone now and I need to make a sponsored ad on the Facebook to reach lots of people. In the past, we need someone to do this job. But nowadays, on the Facebook, for example, you have the idea of automatic ads. They know who needs this kind of information, and they're going to send this ad for this person. So if you are selling something on the Facebook, for example, you are selling like some cream for for hair and so on. So he's going to choose the type of people that they care about the cream of hair and so on, and they will see this ad. So I do not need a human being to control the budget and to control everything. No, you can do everything automatically on the Facebook. You can do everything automatically on the Facebook. Number 13, accountants and tax preparers. Of course, you know that you need, if you have a company or if you have a factory or you have your own office or your own business, you need an accountant to work there to care about the money and the business, how it goes on and so on. And the tax preparers. Now you can do everything online and you can have your bill online. You can have everything online. No need for this job also nowadays. The same like the stock traders. When you are working in the stock trade, you are trying to buy some stocks in some companies and you're going to get more money. No need for this one, no need for human beings to control it because it will be controlled easily by the robots, the machines and so on. Construction workers, I think you saw that at the time of coronavirus in China, they managed to build a hospital in 10 days. They managed to help to build a hospital in 10 days. They say that they use some of the ready-made materials and they began to stick them together and they managed to build the hospital just in 10 days. A hospital that can take about 1,000 patients just in 10 days. That was something incredible. So these were the jobs that, let's say, they will disappear soon. What about the jobs that we may have them soon and they will be very important, and that's something very important for the students of, as we said, those who are choosing their career from now. Now, the second slide or the third slide will be about the jobs that will thrive in the future, the jobs that will be very common and very popular in the future, and they are going to be of a great benefit in the future. You can get more and more money, and also they will save lots of your time. Okay, so what do you think can be the jobs that they will thrive in the future? What are the jobs that we're gonna have them in the near future? I need to hear it from you. What do you think? What can be the jobs that are going to thrive or they are going to be of a great benefit in the future, and the people are going to work in these jobs in the near future? What do you think? Ms. Dina?
Alternative energy.
Okay, anything related to technology, anything related to technology will be controlling.
And
yes,
information technology.
It will control everything. Yes, and for IT, yes, IT, they are going to be one of the jobs, yes, that will thrive in the future. Yes.
Example, my father has a light lamp deep charging in sun and turn on in dark.
Yes. So like a light bulb, and also it has like like working like a Bluetooth maybe, and it's playing a MP3 player and so on, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's so nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Mariam or Mr. Abdurrahman or Sarah. So do you know any of the jobs that gonna thrive in the future? They will be very common in the future. Do you know any of the jobs that can thrive in the future? They will be very popular in the future. Hello? So you know any of these jobs that will thrive in the future, that they will be very common in the future? Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, as you see here in this picture, we see that we have a boy here standing next to a robot, many people, they do not believe the idea that the robots will be controlling our life in the future. Okay, we make them and we give them the data and we give them everything. But let's say that they will control
Yes.
most of our life in the future.
Yes.
They will control most of our life in the future. Okay. So job number one that will thrive in the future, it will be of a great use in the future, robot manufacturers and service management. Those who are making robots and those who are taking care of the robots and how to maintain them, how to fix them, those will be like billionaires in the future. So if I need my son now to study something that will get him lots of money in the future and will make him feel relaxed about his future and so on, I think robot making and service management will be one of the best jobs in the future. Some students, they say, okay, I don't like, or my marks will not qualify me to be in like computer science or anything related to programming. I think nowadays we have lots of courses that are available online. So you have online courses, you have online websites like Udemy, like Coursera, and so on. You can study these things and you can specialize in the idea of making robots. You can have some courses, as we said. This will qualify you to be a great one in the idea of robot making and also service management. This will help you a lot in your life. Number two, the raw materials management. The raw materials are used for building. They will have also, again, they will have some robots that can store the things in a good way, that they can control the market of this kind of raw materials through the programming that we talked about it. Number three, the big data and the AI scientists. The AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, as human beings, we are smart, we are clever because we have our mind. The AI, artificial intelligence, you are talking about someone, or you are talking about making a robot like you as a human being, making it smart. Okay, so you're using the technology of AI, and you are talking here about storing the data, data analysis. That will be one of the best jobs that the people gonna have it in the future. Artificial bodies manufacturers. So the idea of making like parts in your bodies, that will be very common in the future. So if someone, his hand was cut, he can make an artificial hand for him or artificial limb, and he can use it instead of his hand. Okay, his arm was cut, his leg was cut. They can replace it by any kind of artificial limbs that you will see them in the video that we're gonna put in the description of the live video. The job number four is esports. Esports. Your son or daughter now, they can play video games. And you think that it's of no use. I'm sorry to say that it will be one of the most common things in the future. It will be one of the most common things in the future. Esports, electronic sports. They have now championships for the idea of esports. So there will be like millions of dollars that they give it to the winners in this kind of game. The game will not be in the field of football, in the stadium. No, there will be stadiums specialized or made specially for the players of the esports, of the kind of electronic sports or electronic games. Number six, of course, because you'll have most of your life managed by those robots and machines and so on, there will be a bad need for psychologists and therapists. Those who are caring about your feelings, the doctor who is asking you about how do you feel about the problems inside of you, okay, and the therapist, because lots of people, maybe they will have their children focusing just on the tablets and mobile phones and so on. So the psychologist and the therapist, their job will be of a great use in the future. They will, the people will need them a lot because there will be lots of troubles and they can help you at this time. The gene designer for babies and pets also could be one of the common jobs in the future. They say that they can control the genes of the baby, if it was a boy or a girl, and pets also. Okay, we know that we have some religious comments about this one in the heavenly religions. So some scientists, they care about this part. The virtual world designer, or the VR. We have the VR glasses in our houses. You can watch some videos on the YouTube with the VR technology. Also, the virtual world, you can have it designed by some people, like they design some places and you can visit them. You can visit different places when you are sitting just at your chair, and you can enjoy watching the different places all over the world. Cybersecurity and private data brokerage. So maybe you will have like some kind of hackers. They try to hack your accounts. They try to know more about you, and they try to get your accounts. So the idea of the cybersecurity data, it will be of a great use in the future. You need someone to protect your account. You need someone to take care of your private data. At this time, the cybersecurity and those sort of engineers are working in this job, it will be of a great use in the future. The field of entertainment and making films and videos, and the content creators, those who are making videos on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on any of the websites, they will be also very famous and very rich in the future. Why? Because this thing, the people are going to ask for a lot in the future. They're going to ask a lot for this one in the future. Number 11, real estate developers, those who get our houses and they began to change the design of the houses. Those people, they will need them a lot in the future. Okay, so maybe the style of the houses that we have it nowadays will be different in the future. Maybe, who knows? Because here they say that this job will be one of the common jobs in the future. Biochemistry and tech engineers, those who are caring about biology and chemistry and technology, those kind of engineers will be also, the people will be in bad need for them in the future. The private services for the rich people. The rich people, they are going to ask for private services for themselves. They will not, like what we have now, the services are available for all people. No, the private services, we are going to have private services only for the rich people. The poor people and the middle class ones will not be able to pay for this one. So for example, someone, he's a billionaire and he decided to take his family in a trip to the moon. So this is a private service. Okay, so he can travel with his family to the moon, not to any place on Earth, no, to the moon directly, to Mars, to any of the planets. He has money. So here we say that he needs this kind of private service to himself. Elderly care and management. Those people who are caring about the elder people, because as you know that life now is so fast, and let's say that a house now cannot be managed by the husband alone. Maybe the father and the mother are working, so they cannot take care maybe of the children and also their father and mother. So grandma and grandpa at this time, they will be in need for someone to take care of them. So there will be a bad need also for those who are going to take care of the elder people. Small jobs that do not worth automation. Many jobs, they do not need any kind of automated life or any kind of automation. Maybe, for example, if you talk about a restaurant, you can have someone making the working in the kitchen. So he will be faster than maybe the robot at the beginning in making the things, dealing with the fire and so on. So this kind of small jobs, maybe they will not disappear in the future and they will thrive more. Okay, so that we can sum up that the technical jobs in the future, the people will need them more. The technical jobs in the future, the people will need them more. Okay, so the jobs, as we said, that we gonna find them disappear soon. We are talking about drivers. Okay, we are talking about those who are working like pilots. Okay, those are working in the fast food restaurants, farmers. We have lots of jobs that will disappear soon because of one reason, that they're going to be replaced by the machines or robots. What about the other jobs that will thrive? Any job that depends on programming, depends on graphic designing, depends on coding, and so on. These kind of jobs will thrive in the future. So my advice to all of you, if you care about your future, hear more about these jobs that are technical and they depend on using technology, programming, coding, graphics, and so on, plus, of course, languages. So you can go to any place in this world and you will not be scared because you can talk in English, you can talk in French, Spanish, Italian, Russian, at any language. Okay, so this kind of languages can make your life easier in the future. They can make your life easier in the future. So that was the part of the life of today. We talked about the future jobs that will disappear and also the future jobs that will thrive soon. Okay, thank you so much. This was Sir Ahmed.
Thank you, Sir Ahmed.
Thank you.